Yay. We were gonna go over compiling OpenSees. Did you prepare your stuff, Mustafa? I mean, we can go even without it,
Uh,
but it'd be kind of cool.
I prepare some stuff. Hopefully there. I watch like the YouTube video that Professor Scott posted previously. So can I share my screen?
Yeah. So this is perfect. This is exactly what I wanted because when Mike does it, he's got everything, all the ducks are lined up, and sometimes it's just making sure that everything is lined up. And then, yeah, compiling is a press of a button. So I think this is the perfect case of, okay, do you really have everything you need, and what is there that, all the things that are needed to make sure that you can compile. So this is perfect. So thank you. Yeah, go ahead and
Sure.
share.
Yeah, but I have clone OpenSees here, like what I downloaded from GitHub, the source code, and I have Visual Studio Code installed. Like I haven't used it before. I use I use a few times Visual Studio Code, but I haven't used.
You want to use Visual Studio 2022. Not code is just an IDE.
Okay, yeah.
So good you haven't used it because you're not going to use it.
Okay, so this one.
Yeah.
Perfect.
Okay, yeah.
So is that something you would install separately, right? Because I think I installed
code
Studio first, and then I installed code later, right? They come separate. Okay.
I think you can use separately. Like Visual Studio Code is like, I guess it supports Python and other languages, but I think for C++, this Visual Studio is more common.
To compile code, it's visual. Like code is kind of like a text editor. It's really good. I mean, but it's more like it does the formatting and pretty printing for different languages, and you can run terminal processes from code. Yeah. But yeah, it's not a compiler.
Then from the video I saw on YouTube, I downloaded and installed Tickle. It's like by default, it's installed the Tickle here. But I guess when you compile, it was set up in C program files, Tickle. Like it's the directory, the default directory in compiling, it was set up as here. So I just move like I copied files and pasted here. I hope it's fine. So
it's probably better to just change the path and the compiling. But
so I created this folder in program files, and I moved the files that are in active Tickle to that.
Did you move them or copy them?
Just copy them.
Okay, perfect. So we could see if just using it, the default install under active Tickle, if that works, great. If not, then that's the path. So I think you set it up right that we can figure out when we compile what the path would be. That's a good idea.
So if you do think like it looks good, I can go ahead and try build from Visual Studio if like the initial steps appear to be okay. I think I go Win64.
Yeah.
And this one .sln.
Okay, so what you're saying is when you downloaded the OpenSees, right? When you cloned it onto your computer, it already comes with a project file for Visual Studio, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so we didn't have to go. So that's really important. You don't go and create a new project you don't go from Visual Studio and start a new project. You go directly from within the folders and just start up that project. Okay, that's important. So somebody already set this up for you. Cool.
Is this the view layout that you use in Visual Studio? This looks a little bit different than what I saw in the video, but it's I don't know if it really matters. But
it looks like it's backwards. I'm used to seeing the
I mean,
solution manager.
it can be either. You can dock things in different places, but yeah, I would change this to release.
What's the difference?
I think everything's kind of set up for the release version. Okay. So start with release, and then if you need to debug and stuff, then we'll switch back. But not everything's like consistent. So yeah.
And I guess debug is if you in your code you have special code just for debugging, like print out things like that.
Well, it's for the Visual Studio. Like if you want to like step through the code or like see the call stack, like it'll go in and insert code. So if you compile in debug mode, you'll get a bigger executable. It'll run slower. Right. So release is more efficient. Doesn't have all this extra code for all these breadcrumbs for Visual Studio to step through. Yeah.
Right. So if you were starting from scratch and you had a small project, that's a great way of stepping through as you're building it, maybe the first time. But with OpenSees, because it's got hundreds of files, and these are not your files, so you know they've already been tested, going to the debug mode would just really slow things down big time, right? So we're really just focusing on a little bit. So it's easier to debug it just by errors. It's not a problem with the whole overall structure. It's just, typos and things like that are really the only real errors you're likely to have. And then this will tell you as it compiles, it's going to say, hey, line 73, you're missing a bracket. So you don't have, even in the release mode, it will tell you that when it's compiling.
Yeah, when it's compiling. But if you wanted to debug during runtime, like to see what's actually being called or what variables the values are, then the debug mode helps. But
but I don't think in this case where we're doing a tiny little bit of OpenSees, it's easier to just check it through prints and output in your code, which is what I do. Is I just have it print to the screen what the variables are and stuff, and then if you remember, you remove the code at the end. So.
Not everybody remembers.
Yeah. Well.
Yeah.
So
build. Yeah.
So wait, what are you building though? Are you building the? Okay, so you selected the OpenSees, right? You clicked OpenSees, and therefore you're building the Tickle version. If you were to go to OpenSees Pi, which is the right line below, then you'd be building the Python version. And that's really the only difference between OpenSees Pi and OpenSees in producing the files. So if you have code that you put in, it's always good to produce both Tickle and Python.
Let's see. Right click on OpenSees. Where there's a target issue. Go to properties down at the bottom.
So this is where we would define the Tickle version.
All right. So here you go.
And I think there was some.
Yeah. Not install. Okay.
Well, because this is Visual Studio 2022, and this project was built for 2019.
So if you click on platform toolset, does it give you other options?
In the OpenSees documentation, it states that the 2022 version doesn't work.
Oh well.
So should we install 2019, and should we be using 2019?
Does it give a reason, Jonathan, or it just says doesn't work?
It says that the very latest release of Microsoft Visual Studio 2022 does not currently work with Intel One API. Install the version 2022.1. Is it 2022.1?
Just 2022. But yeah, I don't know if that's. I don't, Mustafa. Let's try it. Just change it to 2022, and see what happens.
Okay. I
But
see.
yeah. Thanks for looking that up, Jonathan. Yeah.
Okay.
I guess that's why I have 2019 and 2022 on my computer.
Okay. So I go back and say build.
Build. Yeah. Oh,
Yeah.
you may have to change all of. Well, it's. You see how they all say 2019.
Mm,
So
That's
should
weird.
we just download and install 2019? Because the thing
Yeah.
is, when he then pushes this, is what happens to the project file? Does that also get updated with the build? So when he pushes something back to OpenSees,
Well,
and-
only if he commits it. It doesn't have to be part of the pull request.
okay, because you could just send files. You don't
Just send the source files. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
So should I?
Okay. So just change. I don't know. Go to element,
Okay.
right click, do the target thing again, or properties. Change it to 2022.
Okay. Should I try
Now,
compiling?
now just
Oh,
right click element and build. So you're just building that project.
So we're just testing whether that would still work.
Yeah. And it's compiling, so that's good.
And so this is normal to get all this output. And the first time you build, the way that my understanding the compiler works, the first time you build, it goes through every single thing. And now as you make edits and adds, when you recompile, it only works with, anything new. And so you don't have to wait this long for it to compile. If you're just working with one file, it ends up being pretty fast, unless you do the rebuild and then that started from scratch.
yeah.
And you have to decide, okay, what changes have I made? If I've just made, if I'm literally just working within a material, I just do the build again and again. And then at the end, you want to just do a rebuild to make sure that everything fits together. Lots of warnings and little things that you say, oh, I will never do that. And then you do.
Warnings are usually harmless, but sometimes they're pretty significant.
Looks like it.
So don't ignore warnings. Right.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, but when they're in somebody else's code.
Well, yeah.
Like all these. Okay, that worked.
Yeah, but that just compiled the library.
Right, but what you're saying is
yeah.
just changing to 2019.
Yeah, I think we'll probably run into problems when it tries to link everything together at the end.
But if you were to change everything to 2022.
Yeah, I wonder if you changed. There has to be a way to do this across the board, not have to change every project.
Let me Google that for you.
Or go to build over here on the left.
Configuration.
Maybe. Yeah, let's try configuration. Ooh. Probably not. Okay, let's close that.
In Solution Explorer, right click on the project you want to upgrade and choose upgrade. Would that be what you want?
Yeah, so I guess that'd probably be faster. So yeah, just right click on material or something.
No, I would do it to the top.
Or to the
solution, that
the very
top one,
top.
the very first one. Yeah, right click on that and then see if there's a
upgrade.
Right click and you want upgrade. Why does it?
I don't see.
Yeah.
Yeah, you have to do it project by project. Or maybe highlight all the projects and
Yeah,
then
or-
do upgrade, like shift
Yeah.
click, do the
Okay.
So yeah, so that selects everything.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, good. Now go to properties, the bottom. Yeah, that. Yeah, so go
Okay,
to
yeah.
platform tool set, because right
Yeah.
now they're different,
They're
and that's
different,
why it's
yeah.
giving you. So click on the right. Yeah,
Yeah.
perfect.
Apply.
Yeah.
Cool.
Okay, cool. All right.
Good idea, Mike.
Thank you.
So if you do the
Now,
shift
yeah.
key and you pick one and then the other one, it picks all in between. If you
Yeah.
do the control, then it does individual ones.
Okay.
Yeah,
Should I
so
try?
yeah, this will take, if it were, it should go through all the projects. It'll take a few minutes.
Okay.
But it's once it gets to the end, it may have linker errors, or it will, but we can figure it out.
What are linker errors?
Well, like each project compiles like a static library, like .lib, and then to make OpenSees.exe, it has to like link the main function, which is in the OpenSees project, with all the different libraries, like for the elements and materials to make an executable. So yeah, it just kind of modularizes the code.
Right. And so what kind of problems would it run into to link them?
Probably just with the Fortran and the Intel.
Okay, so
One
then that
API
could be a
stuff.
different problem because maybe some of them are updated to the new Visual Studio and some aren't or
Yeah.
compatible with it. Okay. So maybe the element one is just such a simple one that didn't complain, but maybe other ones may not like the.
Yeah, that's just compiling all the C++ code.
Yeah.
But once it gets into like linking with LAPAC and
Yeah,
the solvers and everything, things get a little tricky. But
only 2
Yeah.
errors. That's really good. Wow.
yeah, Silvia, when we used to go to lunch in Berkeley, it was probably, that's when like I would do a rebuild, because like on the slow 1999 2000 desktops, like a rebuild took like 45 minutes or something. Right. So I was like, all right, I'm going to lunch with Silvia, let me just go ahead and rebuild, see what if that fixes my problem.
So what
Yeah.
errors you got? Scroll to the very bottom, because the errors get put at the bottom.
Or just click, or I think you can click on that and it'll filter.
That's too easy.
Double click or just
Remember, unclick the warnings. And now click back on errors. There you go.
okay.
Oh, there's your link error.
Oh, IF console. Yeah. All right.
Okay, yeah. So this error, I saw it before.
Yeah.
I don't know what.
I think you need to install Intel's One API Toolkit. We get this library from there. Or
yeah, you can also download them directly.
Right.
Let me see if I can find it.
I remember at some point, one set of instructions had said, oh, and make sure you put these 4 files into this folder.
Yeah.
Right? Is that what, did you do that, Mustafa?
That like 64 libraries, Win64 libraries, like I don't know which one. So I think there like some additional files needs to be here.
Yeah.
If I remember, I think that's related to ifconsole.lib error though.
Yeah, and that YouTube video, there's a link in the description. Yeah, that's that Dropbox link. Yeah.
So this one?
Yeah.
So download everything here.
Get the like IF console, the lib, decimal, lib, IF core.
Why not just all of them?
Sure, take all of them. Yeah, I don't think you need all of them, but yeah, it doesn't hurt to have all
Might
of
as
them.
well
But
just
yeah.
So this,
drain, feep.
so this would download all of them.
Wow.
Yeah.
It's clicking this one.
Yeah, it's gonna put them into a zip and download the whole thing.
Okay.
So,
Um, okay. I just like copy or
Yeah.
just move this file to that Win64.
Yeah.
Yep. If you do Control A, it selects all of them.
So here. Okay, so this is done. Is there anything else?
I don't know. We'll find out.
Let's see what
Okay.
happens. Yeah.
Yeah,
It's all
just,
trial and error.
yeah, one step at a time. Just
Yeah,
but
build. Yeah.
So now you'll see it should go faster. Oh, I like
Is
it. You
it?
don't have
I think
to
it's in. You should put it in lib or something. Did you put it in Win64 or Win64 lib?
let's see. I think I put in. Sorry, I put it in Win64, not lib. So I put
Let me
this
see where
this
I have it.
this one.
Oh yeah, so lib files should go.
I think
under
you want to
lib,
go
I
in
would say.
lib. Yeah.
Yeah. So sort them by type, and then
Okay, so
Yeah, put them in lib. Yeah.
only the lib files, right?
Yeah.
Here.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay.
does
And
the
you-
thing in your
You moved
comment-
them, right? You didn't copy them, right?
Does your
I did Control X and
Yeah.
V.
Okay.
I just
Okay.
moved there.
do you say it in your video, Mike, or at least in the comments to put them in the lib file folder?
Probably in the video, but I should put it in the description. Right?
Put it in the description. It would help.
They make me edit a YouTube. Well, I
Well,
guess
no, 'cause
changing
you
the
just-
description is fine.
Yeah, it's
right?
just a description. You don't have to. So, but I think it would just. Oh, look at that!
Done?
Yeah. See what I was telling you before, that the next time around, it only deals with stuff that didn't work before. So
Oh wow.
very nice. Okay. Now,
So
didn't
maybe
even-
it's 2022.1 that's different, like Jonathan was saying. Like this is an earlier version than 2022.1. This is just 2022, but
or maybe it's a
it
later
seems to
version.
work. But yeah,
So now
don't
Wait.
believe everything you read on the OpenSees webpage.
Everything you read in the. Oh, they may have. Yeah, or it could be even a newer version. Very good. Look at that.
okay, tell
Type
me
wipe.
a tickle go that I can test.
Type wipe. Wait, type wipe. Yay, that works.
Okay.
That you always have to test it that it works fully.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
wipe is the only command that you can do. Otherwise, you have to remember model type, and blah blah blah. So wipe is the easiest one.
You can do print.
Congratulations.
You can do print model, right? Or print.
Yeah, I don't know.
You do print? Let's see.
But wipe is easier. It's got less words.
Oh, this is
No,
actually
not putz. Print
just-
is an
just
do
OpenSees
print.
command. No, putz
Just
is
print.
tickle.
Just type print.
Print.
Yeah.
So putz is a tickle command.
That's it.
Print
Yeah.
is
Return
an OpenSees command.
Okay. Print.
Enter.
Like
print.
No.
just
So
return.
print is not a. There it is. Print is not a command in tickle, and it's a command in OpenSees. And so you could see that it's an actual. That's why they had to do it in tickle, because it's the only language that doesn't have a print command.
Yeah. In OpenSees Pi, it's print model.
Yeah.
Because print's a native Python command.
Yeah. So cool. So this shows, you see, this was an OpenSees command. So I just use wipe because it's just that much easier. But yeah, and so you use the print command it tells you all the information about your model, but you haven't. There
Okay.
is no model, which is fine.
Yeah.
But it doesn't give you an error. So that's how I test it. Go to OpenSees Pi. Let's create. So just to show, if you go to your project, and
Yeah,
go to
this
the
one.
Pi one. Yeah, now let's try that, because I think here you need to specify information about what is the OpenSees Pi interpreter, right? That you use, or maybe it's already in the project.
Let's see what happens.
Yeah.
Okay.
Build it.
How do I edit the description, Silvia?
All right, so I've seen this.
Yeah.
I've seen this thing before. How do we fix this problem? Isn't this a path thing?
Path, yeah. So where do you have
So go to,
Python installed
Mm,
in your
Okay.
D drive? Is
Probably
it like
under
C
slash.
Anaconda or
It's yeah, I have it installed. And Anaconda is like
The way I do it is open up an Anaconda window thing or terminal.
okay, like
that-
Anaconda prompt.
Yeah.
yeah.
And then that should tell you where the path is. Sometimes it's just when it starts up, no.
Okay,
It's always
so
this. Remember, Mike, we were going through this and it took us forever to figure out where it is.
Yeah, it's in some
So
goes
do
to
like
some weird place.
pip install something. What I've done is if you pip install something, so have you ever pip install Easy's MiniPy maybe? Let's try that.
pip install.
Yeah, let's try that. It's my little package. So here it tells you where you see my point of it is it's right there. C users,
Anaconda
my
3.
AVU, Anaconda 3.
Okay.
Open up your Windows Explorer. Sorry, we're old school DOS people. Yeah.
Like
So yeah, put that into the path for that. Put what you just pasted. Yeah. Good. Enter. All right. So now
Oh yeah.
go
library.
to the include.
I can move. Okay.
You should have a python.h in there. If you scroll down.
See, these are, remember it was asking for an H file.
Yeah.
There it is.
Okay, perfect. Okay.
Okay, so copy that
So-
path. Yeah.
Copy that folder. So click up top and copy it. Perfect.
Yeah. Okay, so now go back to Visual Studio. Okay, right click on OpenSees Pi. Go to properties. Yeah. Okay, so click on C++, CC++ over here.
General. I
You can
think.
just do general. Yeah, okay. So here on additional include directories, you click on it, you'll see a pull down. Yeah. Say edit. Yeah. So somewhere in there you'll see probably at the bottom, there's like a hard path to a Python directory. Yeah. So you see where it says,
So paste.
well, you can just add a new one.
Yeah, just paste it. So go to the very, very end and just paste that in a new line.
That
now-
path.
Oh,
That
click-
path
Yeah,
that
just
I.
paste it. Yeah.
Oh, okay. You're okay. Yeah. Just paste.
Yeah,
Yeah.
no, just paste it because you count. Okay, so
Okay.
this is good, but remember you might want to just update to 310.
Yeah.
Which is
3.9 will work too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, I mean just
Yeah.
so, but
Yeah.
what's interesting is the way it's set up right now. It says Python 310/include. So if you want, you could just delete that because you don't have that folder.
This one.
No, yeah, that one.
Okay. I just click X here.
Yeah.
Cut line delete. Okay.
Yeah.
Just to keep it
You can
clean.
delete this one too. I mean, that's just I
Right.
put that in there. Yeah.
Yeah. That's okay.
Yeah.
Now we know where this.
I mean, it
came
doesn't
from.
hurt to have extra paths in there, but yeah.
And so this is
Okay.
why it's. Oh, look! Wait! Oh, interesting. You see, it has C program file /tickle /include.
Yeah.
And so that was good that you pasted those files into that program files.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Otherwise, you would have had this problem with.
You could
Tickle
edit
as well.
this. Yeah.
It doesn't matter. Like I put the tickle all lowercase, the folder name, but
Yeah. Case doesn't matter.
okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Should I say okay and build again?
Yeah.
So the way around it before, instead of putting the tickle files in the program files folder, you could have just edited the path right there to
Yeah.
wherever it was that
Yeah.
you had installed it in the first place. So what I want to do before we end, Mike, is Mustafa, have you created
Okay, yeah, go do the same thing again, but you have to do it for the lib files. So properties. Now where it says, all right, collapse the C++, close that, and then go to linker and general on that. And then where additional include directories, edit that and change it to the same path, but instead of include, just make it lib. I think that's, or maybe it's
just the way Mike
libs.
has it up there. Just paste it. Yeah, and then libs, replace that with libs.
Yeah.
Libs.
Yeah, perfect. And if you want, remove
and
Mike's.
Yeah, and then I think you're using, if you go to Explorer in that folder, I think this might reference a specific Python 3.9 or 3.10. So you'll have to change something else, I think. So in your Explorer window where you had go to that include. Yeah. Go up and over to libs, Anaconda 3/libs. Yeah, I see it's Python 3.9. Yeah. Okay. So then go back to Visual Studio and then
change this to 3.9.
No, it's hit OK. So that's the path. And then
I think that's up somewhere else.
Input right here. Click on that. Oh yeah, up here. Yeah, at the top, edit that. Scroll down and I think you'll see Python 3.10 somewhere. Yeah, just make that 3.9. You can edit it. Yeah. And hit OK. See, it was looking for 3.10, right? Because that's what the settings told it to look for. But it also wouldn't, even if you changed it to 3.9, you'd also have to change the path, which we did first. So yeah.
So you have to tell it what to look for and where to look for it, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, now you've got Python and Tickle.